Let us see forces in space. So what are the forces which are coming in space or in 3D? Till now, we have been dealing with forces in 2 dimension. Say in a plane, if x and y are the coordinates, then forces in this plane, say let it be F, which is at an angle theta with the x-axis, or theta 1 with the x-axis and theta 2 with the y-axis. Or if you know one of the angles, we can find out the other angle. So this will be these were the forces we dealt with in the previous cases. Now we need to deal with the forces in space, in which one more axis will be considered. Let it be z. If you consider the plane of the board as xy plane, and the axis or coordinate perpendicular to the plane will be the z axis, and this is positive x, this is positive y, and so this will be, that is, the direction towards us will be positive z. So normally, in most of the cases, the forces will be acting in 3D. Okay, say for example, let us consider, you might have heard of precast construction. That is, the slabs, beams, columns, footings, etc. will be casted in a factory, and from there it will be transported to the site, and there it will be assembled. So for assembling these things, you need to lift it up. For example, if you want to lift a slab and place it at the required position, what we will do, we will be using cranes like this, and attaching cables from some determined points, so that the slab will not break and it will be effectively lifted up. Like this, it will be tied to the hook of the crane, and it will be lifted up. So the cables are attached from these points. So here in this case, there will be tension in the string like this, tension in the cables like this, say T1, T2, T3, T4, etc. As you can see from this figure, the forces will be in a 3 dimension. If you consider this as xy plane, that is the plane of the slab as xy plane, and perpendicular to this, it is the z plane, z direction, then the forces will be at an angle to all the axes. That is, to x-axis there will be some angle, to y-axis there will be some angle, z-axis also there will be some angle. Okay, so these kind of forces are called forces in space. Another example is, you might have seen trusses like this. In many industrial buildings, you can see truss like this. In this case, we can say, if we consider this element, say if tension is coming on that element, for example, if tension is coming on that element, then this is in 2 dimension, say x and y. This will be the element, and this will be the tension. So this is in 2 dimension. But there can be space truss also. That is, the elements will be placed like, it will be at some angle with the x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. So in that case also, the force coming on the element will be, or the member will be, in 3 dimension. So in other words, we can say the forces will be in, or the forces are in space. That is, we need to consider three components of the forces and three angles with respect to the axis x, y, and z.